All right, I'm back this week, and we're going to be talking about digital nomad stuff. So, a few weeks ago, I made a video that talked about my toolkit that I use. This is like my cables and the things that I use when I'm traveling to do the work. But there's another important part of my travel toolkit, and that is my coffee kit. So, I often think that like as long as I have my computer and I have a good cup of coffee, I can pretty much do anything inside my business, or I can accomplish anything. And so I have spent some time putting together my Travel Go coffee kit. So in here, I have everything I need to make a premium, good tasting coffee, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So it starts off, it's in this Gregory travel case that I found at it was at a clearance center. I think it was a clearance center for movie props. And I saw it there and I was like, that's gonna be perfect. And what makes it perfect is when you open it, you will see inside I have my coffee beans. These are the coffee beans that I fill up before I go. And then if we have a look, oops, let's do it this way actually. Sorry about that. Let's go this way so I can hold it. We have it all set up here. So I use this Japanese Kazan foam to cut out the different places inside the travel kit. And I'll leave a link to the foam that I used off of Amazon. But basically, it allows me to have my grinder, and I'll talk about this grinder in a moment. It allows me to have my AeroPress coffee making kit. This is the AeroPress Go. I will talk about that. I have my filters, and I have my tiny little cleaning brush so that I can clean anything that gets stuck. So if you have a look at the kit itself, when it's all closed up, you can see I've got cutouts for each individual piece so that it goes in there perfectly, so it doesn't rattle around while I'm traveling or moving around, and it's all in one case. So we'll put the case aside. Let's talk about the three different components of my coffee kit. So first, I have my filters. So these are the filters for the AeroPress itself. Each cup of coffee takes a filter. I'll go and pull one out of here. This is actually a mint case that I found. And then it allows me to take a filter out of there. So I like it because it keeps all the filters in one place. I used to keep them in a Ziploc bag. Now I keep them in this mint case. Fits absolutely perfectly. Dentine, perhaps. Maybe it was Excel. Can't remember. Mints were good too. So I've got that. Then I have my Vessel coffee grinder. Now, I bought this for myself for my birthday a couple years back. It's not a cheap grinder. It's like $200 or something like that for a coffee grinder. But I tell you, it's worth every single penny. So the grinder itself unrolls, unzips like so, and then you can increase the length of the handle. And then in the base, there's a actual handle that goes on this thing. So these slips in like this. There we go. And then on the bottom, you can set the grind of what kind of coffee you're making. So if you're making an espresso, you can grind espresso. If you're making pour over, you can make pour over. This whole thing is aluminum machined. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful grinder. Really easy to operate, really easy to grind, really easy to pack up. Very, very solid. Love this thing. I'll leave a link to Vessel down below so you can go check out. They got a lot of really cool stuff there. Then I have my AeroPress Go, which is a new addition. I used to travel with just a regular AeroPress, but this one comes with the tumbler, which is quite important. So you can take the lid off. You got the lid off, and then you've got the AeroPress inside. So there's the AeroPress, and then I have a couple of tools that fit inside there. So the stir and the scoop, and then you have like a thermocell kind of a tumbler with it, right? Which is where you make the coffee. So you have the coffee. You have the AeroPress. So for those of you who don't know how an AeroPress works, you pull out the plunger, you grab off the filter cage, you place a filter in the filter cage, and then the filter cage then the whole thing goes on like so. So now you have it set up, ready to make coffee. You got a filter inside. We've got our filter, and it fits perfectly on the AeroPress tumbler. Then you go take your coffee beans. So I would take my coffee beans here. There we go. We go and take a scoopful, which, I mean, AeroPress has done the thoughts for you, so you know exactly how much you need to go in there. They go into the grinder, which is great. Pop the lid on, and then you can go ahead and grind. And so I'm gonna grind this up. It takes maybe 2 or 3 minutes to go through and grind it all. You know when it's ground because it'll just become easy and you'll notice it's not grinding anymore. So we're almost there. Take a few more seconds to go through. This is kind of part of the ritual of making coffee that I enjoy is, you know, a little bit of manual labor for the thing that you're going to eventually consume. So this is nice. So we're gonna go and finish this off. You know, it's interesting when you're on camera grinding away. I never really think how long this takes. When there's a clock in front of you, it seems to take a lot longer. So I hope this is riveting content for you, because I tell you, getting my work out of here making this happen. So as you can see, once you start getting close to the finish, you can hear it stops grinding, and then it just becomes like a very simple spin. So now that all of those things are grinded, I usually tap the bottom a couple times to get the grinds off the grinder itself. And then I open this up over top, place this in, shake it, and then close this off. And I have my freshly ground coffee in my AeroPress. And then you just add hot water. So I don't have any hot water with me here, but what we're gonna do instead, we're gonna use some bottled water. Here we go. Well, I thought to myself, if we're gonna do this, we might as well do it right. So I've got my hot water here. I'm gonna move my keyboard so I don't spill anything on it. You also wanna have the AeroPress stir stick ready to go. So I fill up the coffee AeroPress here with hot water. Now there's some numbers on the side of this. I usually fill it up to 4, and then I go and I stir it. And the idea, so what I want to do is when I'm stirring it, I want to see that crema come to the top, and that's how I know that it's been stirred nicely. So then I take this and I put this aside, and then it's leaked out a little bit, it's gone through the filter, and then I usually fill it up a little bit more because I like a big cup of coffee. So I know that this actually holds 6 units, this whole thing, and then you add the plunger to it. So it's always better to put the plunger in when the water is at the top. There's another method, which is you flip it over, you fill it up. It makes a stronger cup of coffee. I find that, I like it at a medium strength. I like to leave it for 2 or 3 minutes while it percolates and the beans get soaked and pulls all the stuff out of there. So while I'm usually waiting for that, then usually what I do is I go to my grinder, I take the lid off of it, start putting the stuff away so that I can enjoy my coffee. So here we go. Now I went and grabbed a mug for the filter after we're done, but I'm gonna drink it out of the AeroPress here. So then this goes back in the old Gregory here. Once this has been percolating for a little bit, you then plunge it, and it goes through. Oh, that's a great sound. Have a little bit of force there. A little tap, and then you have a coffee ready to go. Ooh, it's hot, but ooh, tasty. And the AeroPress comes with a lid. It's a really cool lid. It's got this little AeroPress on the top for the opener. I thought that was pretty cute. And that goes in there like that. And I'm ready to roll with my coffee. Still a little hot. So after that is all done, we need to put everything away. And so the way you put things away is you first have to get rid of the filter and the grinds that you used. So usually I go to like a compost, or I may even do it into a sink and then just wash off the filter if I'm low on filters. But basically you just pop them out, and it pops it out like a little puck. It's just like a little puck that comes out. This one broke apart a little bit because it hit the side of the cup. But essentially that is it. I then run this underwater, clean this all off, put this back together, and then this will go into the case. This will go in the case as well. These will get washed. I will wash these as well, and they go in the top of the AeroPress. So they go in here like this, and they go like this. Oh, first go like that. So they go in there like that. These then fit back inside the tumbler when you're done your coffee, but until then, they go in this case, and then the filters, they go back in their spot. And then I'm able to close this up and just spend the day or spend the next hour or so with this AeroPress coffee. It keeps it warm. It works every single time. Super easy to do. And the only thing that I need to refill are the beans. So usually when I go to a place, I can buy beans local to that area, or I can pack some beans with me so I don't need to use like, you know, the Nespresso stuff that comes in Airbnbs, although, I mean, it works out pretty good most of the times too. But if you're in a situation where you don't have coffee, with one of these, you are well prepared. Anyway, that's what I just wanted to update you guys on this week. Next week is going to be a video on business. If you like this content, I have an online community. It's called Expert by Monday. I'll put the link down below. You can go to that community. We talk about business. We talk about being a digital nomad. It's a great place to be over there to learn about this stuff. If you have questions, I hang out there, so I will answer the questions that are posted there. If you have comments about the YouTube, sure, leave them on YouTube. But these videos are mostly made for the community, and they just also happen to be posted on YouTube as well. All right, that's everything from me, guys. Have a good one. We'll talk to you next time.